7 million views. One moment that stopped the entire wrestling world in its tracks. When Jade Cargill stepped into that WrestleMania ring wearing that golden outfit inspired by Storm from X-Men, nobody could have predicted what was about to unfold. This wasn't just another match, this was the moment that had the entire WWE universe holding their breath, not because of the high-flying action or devastating power moves, but because of something that should never have happened on the grandest stage of them all. And before we go any further, if you're about to witness what I'm about to break down, you need to understand why this matters. Why this single wardrobe malfunction became the most talked about moment of WrestleMania 41. Stay with me until the end, because what happened after this incident reveals something far deeper about these incredible athletes and the pressure they perform under *. So here we are. WrestleMania 41. The spectacle of all spectacles. Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas is absolutely electric, packed with over 124,000 passionate fans across both nights. The energy is unreal. You can feel it through your screen. This is where careers are made, where legends are born, and where history gets written in real time. And on night one, we're about to witness something absolutely unprecedented in WWE history. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Now, listen to me carefully, this is the first women's singles match at WrestleMania that doesn't have a championship on the line. Think about that for a second. No title. No gold hanging above the ring. Just pure, unfiltered hatred between two of the most athletic women on the entire roster. This is personal. This is about revenge. This is about pride. The build-up to this match had us all on the edge of our seats. Weeks earlier, someone had blindsided Jade Cargill and absolutely destroyed her, smashing her through a car windshield. Glass everywhere. Cargill was out. Injured. Gone. And the WWE universe was left wondering, who did this? Who had the audacity to take out one of the most dominant forces in women's wrestling? Then came Elimination Chamber. Cargill returns, and you can see it in her eyes. She knows exactly who attacked her. The cameras zoom in as Cargill, microphone in hand, points across the ring and names her attacker. Naomi, her former ally, her former friend. The betrayal cuts deep, and you can feel the tension radiating through the arena. Naomi had turned heel in the most brutal way possible, and now at WrestleMania, there would be a reckoning. But before I continue breaking down this incredible story, I need to ask you something from my heart. Here at SLAMZONE, we pour everything we have into bringing you the most detailed, most passionate wrestling breakdowns on this entire platform. Every week, we analyze the moments that matter, the stories that move us, the athletes who sacrifice their bodies for our entertainment. And I can't do this without you. So if you're watching this right now, if you're feeling what I'm feeling about this business we love, please hit that subscribe button. Join the SLAMZONE family. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a breakdown, and drop a comment below letting me know what you think about this whole situation. It means the world to me, and it helps us grow this community of true wrestling fans who appreciate the art, the drama, and the athleticism of this incredible sport. Now, let's talk about what happened when Jade Cargill made her entrance. The lights dim, the music hits, and out walks Cargill in this absolutely stunning golden outfit. The inspiration is clear to anyone who grew up watching X-Men. She's channeling Storm. The white hair, the gold costume that shimmers under the bright WrestleMania lights, the confidence radiating from every step she takes down that ramp. This is her moment. This is her revenge tour. The crowd is going absolutely insane. Camera flashes are lighting up the entire stadium like a lightning storm. But here's where things start to get complicated. As Cargill steps through those ropes and into the ring, something becomes immediately apparent to those watching closely. The outfit, it's stunning, yes. It's eye-catching, absolutely. But it's also incredibly risky for the kind of physical, brutal match she's about to have. This isn't a beauty pageant. This isn't a red carpet event. This is WrestleMania. This is war. Naomi makes her entrance, and the hatred between these two women is palpable. You can cut the tension with a knife. Naomi's got this look in her eyes that says she has no regrets about what she did. She pushed Cargill through that windshield, and she'd do it again. The bell rings, and these two absolute warriors collide in the center of the ring. The action is intense right from the opening bell. Cargill uses her incredible strength advantage, lifting Naomi like she weighs nothing and launching her across the ring. But Naomi's speed and agility keep her in the fight. She's ducking and weaving, landing strikes, using her quickness to stay one step ahead of Cargill's raw power. The crowd is split, some fans chanting for Jade, others rallying behind Naomi. This is WrestleMania at its finest. But then, it starts happening. Just a few minutes into the match, Cargill reaches up and adjusts her top. It's subtle at first. Most people watching might not even notice. But the camera catches it. Then it happens again. Cargill locks up with Naomi, breaks away, and quickly adjusts her gear. And again. And again. You can see it in her face. She's trying to stay focused on the match, trying to execute her game plan, trying to get her revenge, but part of her attention is being pulled away by this wardrobe issue. And here's what makes this so incredibly difficult and so heartbreaking to watch. Cargill is a professional. She's trained for years to perform at this level. She's worked her entire life to get to this WrestleMania moment. And now, on the biggest stage of her career, she's having to divide her focus between executing power slams and making sure she's not having a complete wardrobe disaster in front of 124,000 people live and millions more watching on Netflix with absolutely no broadcast delay to protect her. Because that's the other part of this story that makes it even more intense. WrestleMania 41 was streaming live on Netflix. No traditional broadcast. No ability to quickly cut away or blur anything out if something goes wrong. Everything that happens in that ring is going out to the world in real time, completely uncensored. The stakes couldn't be higher. The match continues, and both women are giving everything they have. Cargill catches Naomi mid-air, a beautiful display of strength and timing, and absolutely plants her with a massive slam that shakes the ring. The crowd erupts. This is the Jade Cargill everyone came to see. Powerful, dominant, unstoppable. But as she gets up and goes for the cover, you can see her hand go up one more time to adjust that golden top that just will not stay in place. Naomi kicks out at 2, and the match continues. These women are throwing everything at each other. Naomi hits a springboard move that has the entire stadium on its feet. Cargill responds with a spine buster that looks like it could have broken Naomi in half. Back and forth they go, each woman trying to prove she's the better athlete, the tougher competitor, the one who wanted this more. But the wardrobe issues keep happening. It's becoming more frequent now, more noticeable. Fans in the arena are starting to murmur about it. Social media is starting to blow up. And Cargill, bless her heart, is doing everything humanly possible to stay professional, to stay in character, to deliver the performance she promised these fans. But you can see it's affecting the flow of the match. The rhythm is off. The momentum keeps getting interrupted. And then it happens. The moment that would be captured in screenshots and video clips and shared 7 million times across every social media platform imaginable. The moment that would overshadow what should have been a historic WrestleMania victory. Cargill's top slips down. Not just a little. Not something she can quickly fix without anyone really noticing. No, the cameras catch it all. Multiple angles, close-ups, everything. Now, I want to pause here and give Cargill credit for one crucial thing. She was wearing pasties, protective covering. She had prepared for this possibility. She wasn't completely exposed in the way that could have made this situation infinitely worse. But even with that precaution, this is still an incredibly embarrassing and vulnerable moment for any performer, let alone one of the most powerful women in professional wrestling, happening in front of the largest audience of her entire career. The match continues because it has to. These are professionals. The show must go on. Cargill is adjusting her gear between every single exchange now. You can see the frustration building. This wasn't how this was supposed to go. This was supposed to be her crowning moment. Her revenge. Her statement to the entire WWE universe that nobody messes with Jade Cargill and gets away with it. And speaking of Naomi, she's having her own wardrobe struggles throughout this match. The cameras catch her adjusting her own gear multiple times as well. Both women are fighting not just each other, but also the impractical outfits that were chosen for this massive event. It's frustrating to watch because you know these athletes can deliver so much more when they're not worried about their clothing failing them. The near falls start coming fast and furious now. Naomi hits a devastating move and goes for the pin. 1, 2. Cargill kicks out with authority. The crowd gasps and then explodes with applause. These fans appreciate the effort, the toughness, the determination both women are showing despite everything else going wrong. Cargill returns the favor with a powerbomb that rattles the ring. She hooks the leg. The referee slides into position. 1, 2. Naomi gets a shoulder up at the last possible second. The crowd is fully invested now, wardrobe issues be damned. This is a fight. This is a battle. This is two women who refuse to quit regardless of the circumstances. You can feel the energy in that stadium building towards something massive. Every move gets a bigger reaction. Every kick out gets the crowd more hyped. And through it all, Jade Cargill keeps fighting, keeps adjusting, keeps pushing forward. She's not letting this wardrobe disaster define her moment. The finish comes after one final sequence that showcases everything Jade Cargill does best. She catches Naomi out of midair, holds her there for what feels like an eternity, displaying that freakish strength that made her such a hot commodity when WWE signed her, and delivers her finishing move with absolute authority. The impact echoes through the arena. The referee counts. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Jade Cargill wins at WrestleMania. She's now 2-0 at the grandest stage of them all. She got her revenge. The music hits. Cargill's arm is raised in victory. And even as she's celebrating, even as she's standing tall over her defeated rival, you can see her hand go up one more time to make sure everything is in place. The relief on her face is visible. She made it through. She won her match. She got her WrestleMania moment. But it came at a cost that nobody should have to pay. The aftermath of this match is where the story gets even more interesting. Because by the next day, the footage was everywhere. Social media absolutely exploded. 7 million views on just one video clip alone. Think about that number. 7 million people. The match itself was incredible, the storyline was compelling, the athleticism was off the charts, but what everyone was talking about was the wardrobe malfunction. Fans had mixed reactions. Some people were making jokes. Some were being crude and disrespectful. But the overwhelming response from true wrestling fans, the people who actually appreciate what these athletes go through, was anger. Anger at WWE for putting these women in outfits that were clearly not suitable for the physical demands of a wrestling match. Anger that such an important moment in both women's careers got overshadowed by something that should never have happened in the first place. And then Jade Cargill herself addressed it. She took to social media just days later and responded to someone who had sarcastically referenced the wardrobe malfunction. She didn't hide from it. She didn't pretend it didn't happen. She acknowledged it, addressed it, and moved on. That takes courage. That takes strength. And it shows the character of the woman behind the character. In her post-match interview, Cargill talked about how she'd lost her voice in the ring from the emotion and intensity of finally getting her revenge on Naomi. She talked about how it felt to exact that vengeance, to prove that she was the better woman, to stand tall at WrestleMania. And you have to respect that. Because despite everything that went wrong with her outfit, despite the embarrassment, despite the millions of people who would see those wardrobe malfunctions, she still went out there and delivered a victory on the biggest stage in professional wrestling. The fan reactions continued to pour in throughout the following week. Many pointed out that this wasn't the first time wardrobe issues had affected women's matches in WWE. Naomi herself had experienced similar problems in previous matches. Other fans noted that both women spent so much time adjusting their gear that it affected the overall quality and flow of what should have been an amazing showcase of their abilities. Some fans were particularly frustrated because the build-up to this match had been so good. The car windshield attack angle was brutal and effective. Naomi's heel turn was executed perfectly. The promos leading up to WrestleMania had everyone excited to see these two women tear each other apart in that ring. The fact that this historic first women's singles match at WrestleMania without a title on the line got remembered more for wardrobe malfunctions than for the actual wrestling, that's a tragedy. But here's what I want you to take away from this entire situation. Jade Cargill is an absolute warrior. She went through something that would mortify most people. Something that went viral to the tune of millions upon millions of views. And she handled it with grace, with professionalism, and with her head held high. She won her match. She got her revenge. She's 2-0 at WrestleMania. And she proved that no wardrobe malfunction, no embarrassing moment, no viral video is going to stop her from being one of the most dominant forces in women's wrestling. This moment also shines a light on something we need to talk more about in professional wrestling. The outfits that women are expected to wear in WWE are often impractical at best and dangerous at worst. These are athletes performing incredibly physical, demanding moves. They're slamming each other on canvas and steel. They're running, jumping, flipping, and fighting for 15 to 20 minutes straight. And they're expected to do it in outfits that prioritize appearance over functionality. That's not fair. That's not right. And it's something WWE needs to seriously reconsider going forward. The comparison that multiple fans made about the X-Men movies is a valid one. Even Hollywood, when filming action sequences with similar superhero-inspired costumes, understands the need for practicality and security. They use stunt doubles, they use strategic camera angles, they use costumes designed to stay in place during physical activity. WWE needs to take notes. Before we wrap this up, I want to remind you one more time, if you made it this far, if you've been with me through this entire journey breaking down one of the most talked about moments of WrestleMania 41, you're part of the SLAMZONE family now. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Smash that like button to let me know you appreciate these deep dives into the stories behind the stories. Drop a comment and tell me your thoughts on this whole situation. Should WWE be more careful about ring gear? Did this affect your enjoyment of the match? What should happen going forward? I read every single comment, and I love hearing from you. Share this video with other wrestling fans who might have missed the context behind all those viral clips. Help us grow this community of people who love this business, who respect these athletes, and who want to see wrestling presented in the best possible way. At the end of the day, WrestleMania 41 will be remembered for many things. The shocking title changes, the unexpected returns, the incredible main event. But for Jade Cargill and Naomi, their historic match will unfortunately be remembered just as much for what went wrong as for what went right. And that's something we should all think about as fans of this incredible sport we love. These men and women put their bodies on the line for our entertainment. The least we can do is make sure they have the proper gear to do their jobs safely and with dignity. Jade Cargill is still that storm. She weathered this situation with the same power and grace she brings to the ring every single week. Her WrestleMania moment might not have gone exactly as planned, but she's still standing tall. She's still winning, and she's still one of the most captivating performers in all of professional wrestling. That's what matters. That's what we should remember. And that's what we should celebrate. Thanks for watching SLAMZONE. Until next time, keep supporting these incredible athletes, keep demanding better from the companies they work for, and never stop appreciating the art of professional wrestling. Peace out, SLAMZONE family. We'll see you next week for another intense breakdown of everything happening in the wrestling world.